maybe you're not realizing the profits that you want to. What we have here is simple, and it works. There's no research needed on a daily basis. There's a lot of guys that trade, and they got to put a lot of time into doing research. Here, there is no research. We literally just show up. Probably, John, the hardest part for people to believe, other than the money that we make, is we actually only work 2 hours a day. If you've ever heard of short-term trading, you know it can be very lucrative. Short-term trading simply means getting into a stock trade and getting out of the trade the same day. So it's very different than your typical long-term stock investment. Many people have become millionaires from short-term trading. There's big money in it. We can't call this a job. I don't even like saying that word. No. But the thing is, our mentor verbally describes what's going on. So even though what's appearing on the screen is what you can follow, just like paint by numbers, and again, there's only 2 colors, so it's very simple. Anyone can do it. If you can send an email, this is easier than that, actually. You know, they say that you're the 5 people that you associate with. Well, associate yourself with winners. And you can. What do you have to do? You call the number. You call the toll-free number, 888-959-4004.
You know, and shorting is a tactic that makes money as the markets are going down. A lot of people don't even realize that exists.
Right.
We want to be able to go short so that we can profit as the markets are going down.
John, let's face it, the economy isn't what it used to be. People are working longer hours, have long commutes. Life can become a grind. And the question to ask yourself is, if you could work just a few hours a day from home, and yes, we only work 2 to 3 hours most days. If you could work a few hours a day from home and just replace your current income, would you make that change? I'm guessing your answer is a resounding yes. And guess what? Most people wind up making a lot more than what they were making at their previous job. People who had all of their money in traditional stocks lost about 10% of their savings in one day. But with our short-term trading system, guess what? We actually made money that day. We made money. And in fact,
which tells you what?
My best days.
It tells you what you're doing right there, doesn't it? He just said it. You just have reworded it into such a fucked up way that you don't see what the problem is. You took money away from people's retirement. That's all you did. This whole system is just a big blinders on the moral bankruptcy of this reality.
We do at night, we sleep well because our trades are done. We're not worried about anything. We don't worry about financial catastrophes. In fact, back in 2008 when the market crashed, the Great Recession, we were still doing great because remember, we can do well when the stock market's going down. It's funny, just earlier this week, I was talking with a buddy of mine in Arizona who's thinking of buying a Subway franchise, and he was telling me it's going to be $250,000 up front. And he says, you know, Michael, I'm probably not going to take a salary the first year. You know, hopefully by year 2, I'll be able to make some money for myself. I mean, folks, this is the opposite.
Right? What shorting is you're just simply selling to open your position and you're buying to close your position. When you sell something that you don't own, you now have a negative quantity in your account. So you are short.
Okay.
So if my account, like when you open up your account, it says you have 100 shares of Microsoft. If it says you have negative 100 shares of Microsoft, your account is short 100 shares. So you need to buy 100 shares back to balance your position out.
Okay.
It is still buy low, sell high. You're selling to open at, say, 20. You're buying to close at 10.
Folks, here's what we've done, and it's actually pretty simple. The mentor of our group is one of the world's leading traders. He's been doing this for over 20 years. He's made millions of dollars. He's created a software that identifies trends and makes short-term trading simple for an average person like me. This is short-term trading reinvented. And when you hear trading, don't be intimidated. I didn't know a thing about the stock market when I first started. The software is doing the work. It's really as easy as this. A green light means buy. A blue light means sell. That's really it. All you do is follow along and you trade your own money. We're the largest trading group of our kind in America.
This is generational, right? It transcends, because once you have that skill, now you can become a mentor. And rather than just leaving inheritance, leave inheritance and the skill set for them to manage it, so it can have that trickle down effect. And so you've taken care of 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 generations.